Snake Eyes is your fault. Let me say it one more time for the people in the back. Snake Eyes is your fault. And it's all because you performed one simple, crucial sin. You all slept on G.I. Joe Retaliation. Snake Eyes is your fault. Okay, admittedly, I needed to get that off my chest. I feel much better now. Anyway, let's talk about Snake Eyes G.I. Joe origins. Look, I don't want to shit on any movie. I don't even want to shit on this one, and honestly, that's not my goal here. Truly, it's not. I've always believed that producing even 1 minute of film, movie, short, whatever, is a fucking miracle. Everyone involved should pat themselves on the back because it is truly a Herculean feat. There are so many puzzle pieces involved, ranging from, but not limited to, studio mandates, studio interference, scheduling, ballooning or shrinking budgets, good pitches, bad pitches, good pitches executed poorly, poor casting, great casting but difficult cast members, this person not showing up, this shot not working out, this beat being 100% different on the page than what came out on the screen, and 1,000 other fucking things that could go wrong at any second. And here's the kicker. Those things will go wrong. That's just the nature of movie making. It's a fucking stack of puzzle pieces inside a black hole wrapped around an enigma. It's almost designed to fail at every turn. So again, I say this with all the love in the world. I'm not trying to shit on this movie. It's a holy fucking miracle that it even exists, good or bad. But let's face it, you guys done fucked up. And hey, I get it. I get the urge to make a solo Snake Eyes movie. Snake Eyes is cool, he's down with the old farts and he's cool as heck with the new kids. He's cool as fuck. He's basically the Wolverine of the G.I. Joe franchise. On the surface, they both have a mysterious and unknown past, are part of a superhero team fighting a supervillain team, use sharp objects to make people behave, fight a shitload of ninjas on a regular basis, use actions instead of super words, and they both look sexy as fuck in their skin-tight leather. Again, I get it. You want to milk the shit out of this guy like 20th Century did with good old Papa Logan. Don't get me wrong, I love Hugh Jackman. I love him as Wolverine. I fucking loved Logan. But Wolverine works best as the cherry on top. Just like Snake Eyes, he's not the guy you should focus a whole movie around. He's the guy who pops up every now and then, steals the show, and begs you for wanting more. Now, there is a path to making a good Snake Eyes solo film, but if you're going to do it, you've got to do it right. Do the character and his legacy with respect. For example, Snake Eyes has lost his ability to speak or his will to speak in various different ways throughout different incarnations of the character. So there is precedent for him to talk, but one of the fundamental things that make the character interesting is his lack of speech. We never once see how this new version of Snake Eyes loses his voice. As a Joe fan, we were expecting this to be addressed. The movie has origins in the title after all. That would be like having a movie called Spider-Man Origins and not showing how Peter Parker got his spider powers or how he made his fucking suit. Speaking of suits, I mentioned the sexy leather that we're accustomed to seeing Snake Eyes in, and you would think that with all the marketing for the film, we'd at least get to see him in the iconic outfit for more than 30 fucking seconds, which they showed in its entirety in the actual trailer. It's literally one of the coolest looking costumes for a character ever, and they sideline it for more of Henry Golding's face. And look, I have no problem with him. It's the opportunity of a lifetime. He's hired to do a job, and it seems like he truly loves the character. But there are plenty of other actors that had real martial arts training that could have delivered both the acting chops and swordplay in a single stroke. Hiring real martial artists and stuntmen and women goes a long way in making a good fight scene. There is no reason with this much money put into the production that we should have choppily edited fight sequences and uninspired shot design. We've entered a new age of action filmmaking where audiences demand more precision and dedication to the genre. And honestly, I don't even want to get too far deep into the plot of this thing. I don't want to talk about how Snake Eyes is actually working for the Yakuza, and how his actions directly castrate the Arashikage clan, and how they then accept him back with open arms. There's a glowing rock theme that makes people disintegrate if you think really fucking hard while holding it, and there's giant CG snakes that are super fucking giant because, you know, Snake Eyes, snakes, get it? I just don't want to get into all that. But there is one thing I feel like I must address here. I see this fascination in movies sometimes to make a codename or a popular catchphrase have a negative connotation to its origins for its related character. It's designed that way to make something feel deeper, make the character have more texture, and mean something. A great example is in Josh Trank's Fan 4 Stick that they changed the Thing's badass catchphrase, "It's clobbering time," into a moment of relived trauma from the older brother, therefore making the phrase have this unwanted memory that goes with it every time it's uttered.
Hey, clobbering time. Hey, clobbering time. Hey, clobbering time.
In Snake Eyes' case, he chooses his name because his father's fate was derived from a killer's choice of execution. The chance of rolling Snake Eyes means death, ergo his father's death. Very edgy, sorta dark, but what the fuck happened to something just being cool for the sake of being cool? It's okay everyone, not every fucking thing needs an explanation. Actually, there's two things. I get that a large theme of the movie is based on this idea of revenge, and the wise old lesson being that it's just not good for the soul. The one thing that drives me fucking nuts in any movie, book, or video game is when the hero learns that revenge isn't the way after they corner the bad guy in the final act and decide to let him live. Now, I have no problem with that. What I do have a problem with is that after the hero spares his enemy, he then goes on to the final act to slay over 40 fucking dudes without a second thought. It's like stay in a lane, man. At least make the fucker get his own comeuppance. Again, I understand it's the intent of the slaying that ultimately matters, but I'm not sure your lesson is learned when you go on to butcher a whole group of people after your epiphany. But hey, just my 2.5 cents here. And I can't stress this enough. I'm not here to shit on this movie. Remember, it's not the studio's fault. It's yours. Because we got all those badass things I was talking about earlier in G.I. Joe Retaliation. We got all those things I listed and more. We got Snake Eyes looking like a badass. We got the incredible camera direction and fight choreography. We had the perfect Storm Shadow. We had ninjas, sword fights, gunfights. We had a team. We got an accurate Cobra Commander. We got Ray Stevenson as the perfect Firefly. We even had the kick-ass Adriana Palicki, the amazing Elada Young, the biggest star in the world in the form of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and one of the biggest action stars ever in the way of Die Hard's Bruce Willis. Sure, the plot was bombastic, the stakes were overtly high, the scenery was chewed in places, but it's fucking G.I. Joe. It's supposed to be awesome and supposed to make you feel awesome before, during, and after you watch it. You slept on G.I. Joe Retaliation. You didn't show up. You didn't shout your love. The studio didn't know what to do to make you happy. They only speak in dollars. And so in turn, they made you Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, if you haven't, show your love and support and give us a like and a subscribe to keep the channel going. Every little bit helps, and we'd love to keep making content like this for you in the future. Leave me a comment below and let me know if you've seen Snake Eyes or not, and of course, if you've seen the ultimate G.I. Joe Retaliation. Am I totally missing the mark here? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know, and if you want more 2-for-1, you can always check us out at 2for1studios.com. There lies the central hub for everything 2-for-1, including our podcast and all the other cool content we produce throughout the year. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time.